Hey everyone, this is Tom from MonTac here, and we are back at it again with another match of the week. This time, we have got in Pro Division A, Rank 3 Mystfire, 5-time former Pro Champion taking on former Pro Champion Rank 5 Silver in a make it or break it situation where we're at the end of the month and only the top 3 or so in Pro A will remain, with the others being sent to Pro B. Do or die. They will have to win this match if possible and put everything they've got into this. Alrighty then, let's see what we're going to be looking at. Silver is expected to use Angels. Mystfire expected to use either Platinums or some other diabolical mess. Let's see what we're going to be dealing with. Crimson is of course judging. Thank you again, sir. And let's see what we got here. We're going to roll for the starting turn. It's starting at 2-1, which means sudden death will be at the 11/1 on the left-hand side. You'll see the little Silver Sylveon's turn in the bracket situation. So once that hits 12 out of 1, then that'll be a sudden death. Roll of 4 for Silver to start things off. Let's see what she brings to the table. And of course, we're going with the Kid Angel Zachariah. Nobody thought any different. Very expected here. Mystfire is definitely going to be hungry to stay in Pro A, as of course we also have the Master Tactician tournament coming up in the coming weeks, with both of these players actually being participants. So we might actually get to see if there's any sort of labbing in this matchup as well. Going into Zachariah again. And there's a lot of people who enjoy Zachariah. Apparently too much, but here we are. We've got an Angel Zachariah, great card to get stuff out from your deck, regardless of class. It is just for sure a fantastic strategy to set up the Angel asset, etc. Going into Redeemed. Very strong Angel opening here. Going into send to class 4 or below. I'm going to go for Alfred. Okay, let's see. So not really much happening right off the bat, just basic Angel plays to start us off. This is the third time these guys have competed. The first time they competed, it was actually a draw. The very first draw in tournament history. We had 2 Angel Apex monsters crashing to end off a semi-final, which then caused a heck of a lot of shenanigans. We had to switch around some opponents. And then they later on met again in the tournament grand final, where Silver was able to come out on top and win their first pro title. Mystfire, of course, is very hungry for that pro title, looking to get it back. Their last time they reigned as pro champion was in December 2022, so it's been around about 6 months actually at this stage. So let's see if they can begin the momentum here. Banshee's flag. Okay, now we're talking. It's Bandits versus Angels. I'm very happy about this. Bandits are a very underutilized deck. They're not really bad. It's just more that it's not a very, I guess, players don't, I don't know, it's very weird. Bandits are like a very old archetype, but they're actually pretty solid, and they haven't really had any moments where they were overly looked at as a top contender deck. But now Mystfire is returning to the Bandit fold. The last time he used Bandits, he actually won with them against APOC in a very strong matchup. And I guess the question is going to be now, oh my gosh, this could be an OTK. Alright everybody, scratch what you thought. This could be an OTK. Card Displacement is the #1 card for OTK strategies. OTK is 1 turn kill, which means this could be the final turn of this match right off the bat. Let's see. That castle is going to be really hard to deal with though, considering it can legit just keep one of your guys alive where it would normally die. So how are they going to out the castle? I have no idea. But Definitely very scary play right off the bat from Mystfire. Do they have what it takes to deal with Castle? Going for Direwolf. Direwolf can get a lot of stuff. So the question is, have they gone pure bandits? Or is this some other savage tribal strategy? What are they gonna grab? What are they gonna grab? Aaron. Okay, so we are going into bandits. Alright, bandits are very strong here. They're gonna get double power and an additional attack on that Aaron. So they're gonna get a couple very threatening poses here. We're going to have to see if they maximize this. Is there anything else they want to go? Going to Darcy, the health points are still at 1, so Darcy is live to activate, which will then sacrifice itself to play yet another bandit, which is likely to be a second Aaron. There's no way that Mystfire has already got lockdown into hand. Going to Aaron again. Mystfire, never one to go too close to the OTK, but now he has completely flipped the script and he is going hard. He's got 5 attacks on board, 2 3400 monsters and an 1100 dire wolf. This could get rough very quickly. They're just confirming now the ruling of Direwolf. Okay, Darcy looking good for that response to get stuff out. And Banshee's Flag, which can add a bandit card. And Lockdown is in hand. Mystfire opens the nuts. There we go, Lockdown is in session. Silver drops to 1 health point. Any health loss is crucial. If Mystfire can out that castle, this could be a very different match. The question is, can he out the castle? If he can, this match changes entirely. Neither player can gain health points while Lockdown is in play, which will shut off Silver's termination strategy. Holy smokes, Mystfire is cutting down the buckshot. Let's see what he's going to do now. We're going to conflict now. 5 attacks on board. It is lethal because Silver is on 1 health due to Lockdown. Aaron is going after Redeemed. If you're in Silver's position, surely you're dropping a castle here. Nope, let it through. Okay, we're still online. Not too quick to engage. Direwolf is engaging the child. Will Kid Angel be gone? It is gone as well. 2 very important things for Mystfire. Going in for a second attack. Will Castle be used here? And we're going to go Divine Shield Gabriel, ending the turn. Very strong defense there from Silver. She definitely knew something was up and is putting in the effort to stop it. How did she know? We don't know. But safe to say she was ready for an onslaught. And that is what we've got. And Mystfire is probably going to pass their turn. I believe they will have to pass their turn now. And Silver has got the floor. Let's see if Mystfire has prepared for a counterattack. They've just drawn some extra cards which Mystfire is aware of, and he was not happy. So this means Silver might have the defenses required. As we approach the 10-minute mark. Roll of 1. Silver left with very little options, but they do have Forgotten Angel Zachariah, which will be huge for getting their board presence online. Troy's ability from hand. It's a class 6, but it can activate since it's going directly into the perish pile. No, sorry, it's going straight to the asset pile. If you do, add 2 cards from your deck to your hand, giving them a lot of consistency now. Silver is not out of this matchup yet. looking to build on their previous advantage. Two cards from the deck to the hand. Silver's deck is notorious for reaching high health points and using those health points as fuel for a card called Widespread Termination. This is the deck that took them to the Pro Tournament Grand Final in April last month. And it's definitely a strategy that is incredibly strong, even posing problems for Master Tacticians in the current meta. But Mystfire's deck preventing health gain is definitely going to put a little bit of a stop to that. We'll have to see if Silver can find a way to just either out the lockdown or just outlast it. Going for Coconut Hut. All the constants have hit the field. Up gaining the health points from Coconut Hut. Mystfire is in a very strong position. Coconut Hut is a tactical. You can send a class 3 or below monster from in play to your asset pile. Gives you 2 health points, and when you next play that monster, it'll gain 1000 power, and you can do that during your next preparation stage. So it's a very good card for really health cycling, getting your health up to a high amount that you can use Widespread Termination, like I said previously, to board wipe your opponent. In this case though, with no health able to be gained, Silver's going to have to find an alternative method, probably likely to be using their Chosen Angel Beowulf to get a very high stat line. Let's see what they end up picking. Yep, and there is Beowulf online. Beowulf is a card that when it perishes, you can send 2 cards from your asset pile to the perish pile to revive itself and put it back into the asset pile. It's basically a card, it's going to be a little bit confusing at the start, but basically what it does is it uses the cards in your asset pile to keep itself alive when it would normally die. Hence why angels are constantly stacking your asset pile. Asset pile in this case, if you're not aware, it would be the second deck. The one, if you have a look at Silver's side, the one that says 11 would be the asset pile, as that is on the inside next to the deck. Good to see what they'll go into next. Roll of 1 for Mystfire. This could be a very big roll. Unfortunately though, those Divine Castle are going to pose an incredible threat and a very good stopping action. It's going to be very annoying for Mystfire to really get through the line. Beowulf of course can be resurrected, but it can't be played through its natural condition considering they don't have sword in the perish pile. However, that can be easily arranged through an attack on a divine. But there's still no Beowulf in the perish pile either, so maybe Silver's set that up, we'll have to see. Aaron engages Forgotten Angel. I'm going to use Divine Sword Azrael, dropping the Bandit Chief Aaron down to 0, and then allowing Mystfire and Silver to play a monster from their deck if they should so choose to. Definitely a tough spot. Both playing a monster. What card will they pick? Mystfire, likely to bring out a Direwolf, or something along those lines, and Silver likely to pick, I guess, Beowulf, Chosen Angel? Not Chosen Angel, Gladiator Angel, I imagine. Yep, there's Gladiator Angel. And Direwolf! How did I call that exactly? Wow, okay. Pat myself on the back for that one. Yep, Bandit Chief is dealt with. Allow him to search for a bandit card, add it to hand. Oh no, it's a savage type monster. Sorry. They're going to add Kai to hand, which is a card that can revive tacticals that are bandit tacticals. So that could be used to get back a lockdown or even a Bandit Chief's flag if Mystfire should so choose to do so. That was a tongue twister. Alright, let's see what else we've got from Mystfire. It seems they've been pretty heavily stuffed at this point. Just calculating now where everybody is at. $4,200 Aaron. Engaging Beowulf. Why is it 4,200? Good question. I don't know why it's 4,200 actually. Must be some sort of power up. From Dr. Darcy. So it gives 400 power to it, so it makes it 42. I see, makes sense. That gets over that. Aaron can then still engage one more monster, I believe. Will they choose to take out Beowulf? Yep, engaging the Beowulf. And Silver has expertly set up their purge pile, so now their conditions are online, and we can get our Beowulf as many times as they like. So this is very well done from Silver. Obviously, they are not able to use Termination, which is such a huge part of their deck, but I will say they are just playing very well at this stage, making the most of a very difficult scenario. Direwolf is a very interesting card as well for the ability to revive a Class 6 Savage type or Savage Fighter type monsters, which is really good. But the issue with Direwolf is that it can only do it during a preparation stage. I believe it's only during... Oh, it's either players. It's either players' preparation stage. Wow, that's actually very nice. So really, Mystfire could use Direwolf even now to revive a Aaron. That might be a really good idea, actually. Get their health down to 1. I guess, do they have to play a card off? That was a question. Whilst in play, you may reduce your health points to 1 turn the current turn. If you do, play up to 1. So they can just keep using Direwolf for the next turn to keep the power up as well. Let's see if Mystfire is aware of this. Alfred is being played. Sack 4 getting rid of the hut. Good play from Mystfire. Just debating the stakes of this matchup. Obviously the winner remaining in Pro A as a top contender, and the loser being sent to Pro B. Pro B, of course, being for more of your players who are developing and labbing out the new strategies. It can be great for those who enjoy casual games, but for those seeking to get the title, you will need to work your way back up. In this case, Mystfire, never being in Pro B, not seeking to be in Pro B. The stakes are very high indeed. Speaking of stakes being very high, of course, as previously mentioned, Master Tactician Tournament, all of the former pro champions coming together to battle it out for a chance to take on the current Master Tactician and hopefully claim the #1 title in MonTac. The Master Tactician title is competed for only once every 6 months, so it is incredibly important you make the most of it. Both of these guys, of course, qualifying as previously mentioned, and yeah, it's quite interesting getting all the active former pro and current pro champions together. It's going to be very interesting. All those that qualified. Silver is trying to beat her own health record. Well, maybe. The current health record, I believe, is like 25. You can do that through termination. So the current record, the current ruling for health is you can't go higher than 15. But there is a card in the game called Widespread Termination, which gives you no health limit, and with that you can reach something higher than 15, and so has Silver done that, and they've reached about 25, which is very strong. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how she deals with this kind of problem. Obviously now she's got the hut in play again, a second copy, but if that gets dealt with, as it probably could be, it's going to get harder and harder for Silver to really build up momentum outside of Beowulf. Beowulf, of course, being incredibly strong, and there's the Widespread Termination. Okay, so now the full deck is complete. Beowulf with a very stocked asset. Termination with health higher than 6. And they're sacking 6. Wow, they just removed them all. This is huge, because we have just removed both Direwolves and both Arryns with that play. So that means there's no more revival of Direwolf, unless Mystfire is running something that can revive Direwolf. I don't believe there really is much he can do now. Losing those Arryns is pretty crucial. Going in for Alexander. 6 health points is a lot to lose for Silver, but their deck is built to gain health, so I think they'll be able to make the most of it. At this stage, Silver has got the board. Mystfire left wide open, no defenses. However, they did just add a Bandit Guard Alexander. Let's see if that is going to be used here, or if Mystfire has an alternative strategy. Bandit Guard Alexander is kind of like your typical Gardener card. It basically has been played when you're about to be wounded. You can play it, end your enemy's turn, and just save you in a huge manner. Let's see if Mystfire goes that route. It looks like he's going down the second deck route. Let's see what they got. Still a full asset for Mystfire. Going in for Kai. Kai is pretty useless right now, the fact that you need to sack health to give itself power. So Mystfire is going to need to get his health back up if he wants to use that properly. Going to have to pass it over. Mystfire takes the turn. Twin Server Bandit Kai will not last for long, so he's going to need to make the most of it, as you always do with those synergies. What's Mystfire going to do? Roll of 2. Limiting their options. Divine Castles in the back. Facing a very difficult opponent. Can Mystfire triumph in this tough situation? Kiara hits the field. Health goes to 1. Yeah, shuffle it back. Drawing 2 cards. Looking for options. They're bigger than they get the Zachariah, but the likelihood that even just beating over it, they'll just get Divine Castled or Divine Shield or Divine Sworded. Mystfire is facing a tough match. Pug Treats. What are we adding? This is typically used for some like False Ruler. Oh, okay, Kiara. Something else? Darcy. Very interesting here from Mystfire. At this stage, it definitely looks like he's running out of options, but maybe there's something we're not seeing here. Because at the moment, Mystfire looks to be in a very difficult position. Kiara's hitting the field. Kiara's specialty again. Looking, searching. What is he looking for? He's searching for something. There's something he does not quite have, and he's looking for it. He's digging. What has he got? He's going into Cub. Cub, was that it? Was that what he needed? But he would have searched that. Wouldn't he have searched that off of Treats? So this is so unusual. What is he going into? going into Darcy. I am so confused what's going on right now. Is that it? Is the offense done from Mystfire? Kai is discarded. Oh, they're going into lockdown. They're going into lockdown. Lockdown to shut down the health gain from Silver. It's a good strategy to stop termination, but it's really not giving Mystfire a very healthy board. Playing lockdown. Lockdown will shut down the health gain from Hut and shut down the health gain from Regenerator through adding regenerations back from pressure to the hand, which means their termination, or widespread termination, say, is in trouble. Now, Mystfire, of course, can now go for lethal through Silver's health being dropped to 1. Entering conflict. What will Silver do? Kai engages Zachariah. Zachariah perishes. The board is wide open. Mystfire has a shot at winning this match, and they're going to strike with a Darcy. Beowulf hits the field from second deck, as expected, or Acid Pile I should say, as expected, at 5,000 with 2 attacks. Each time it comes back it will add an additional attack and 1,700 power. So it is going to quickly ramp up as we see throughout this matchup. Ending the turn, Kai is gone. Board left with only a class 1 and a class 2. Mystfire once again in a tough position, trying to shut down the health gain from that Coconut Hut and Regenerator. Roll of 2. Silver has the floor. Beowulf looking incredibly scary here. They could definitely press for aggression. Mystfire's lockdown has put themselves on 1 health as well. And there comes the Angel Paravian, a huge staple of Silver's deck. What an incredible card this one is for Silver. It will give Silver and all their Angel and Paravian cards an extra 200 for each card in their asset pile. And they've currently got 10, which gives them a total of 2,000 boost to both Beowulf and to Angel Paravian. Very strong card here. Definitely lucky they're outlining the case for Bandits being a strong counter to Angels, preventing their health gain. Gentleman Angel Alfred being played from the second deck from Coconut Hut. Mystfire searching to get the health points they require to deal with Coconut Hut. This is going to be a tough match for them. If they can weather the storm, deal with a Regenerator, and gain enough health to get rid of a Coconut Hut, Silver will be left with less and less options to build up their incredible health gain. And then Mystfire will only have to deal with a Beowulf and a potential other card that we'll see potentially later. Silver still sticking to her guns though, not deviating from Angels. Mystfire changing decks as always, but we'll have to see if he's done enough research to counter this one. Paravian is going to engage the Bandit Chief's Dire Cub. Cub looks to be gone. Beowulf with 2 attacks at 7,000 engages Darcy. Darcy's gone. And now Beowulf with 1 attack left going for lethal. Is this the end of the match? Mystfire goes into Arathor. Arathor going to revive a class 4 below fighter. What will they revive? Playing Kiara from deck. Ooh, that's true actually. Hold it back up there. Can't even play the Arathor due to Bandit Lockdown. Oof. That is a tough one there. Going to have to play Bandit Guard Alexander, leaving Mystfire with less and less options. Beowulf will perish, which will then use Silver's specialty to send 2 cards from asset to revive the Beowulf. Sending the Alfred. Alfred working as an infinite supply of Beowulf fodder. Mystfire desperately needing to deal with that Coconut Hut, or they will be in huge problems. They desperately need to deal with that Coconut Hut right away. Alfred acting as the perfect combo with Coconut Hut right now. Okay, just confirming now the rulings on Alfred's draw and with the canned refill. As with natural games, every time at the end of every single turn, both players refill till they have 5 cards in hand, so you are never truly without resolution. Truly never without resources, I should say. And it's a great spot there for Silver to be in. Angel Praven is a very scary monster right now, and Mystfire surely is running out of alternatives here. How will Mystfire deal with this? I don't know. Passing it over. Mystfire. Going into lockdown. Lockdown's final turn. That regenerate will be running out of time. Going for Star Hand. Neither player can gain health points, so that will prevent. Ooh. Yeah, that's a very nice play there from Mystfire. Typically, Star Hand would give your enemy health points for each card you add to your hand. Basically, it's a searcher. You can search your deck for any 5 cards, add them to your hand. For each card you add, your enemy gains a health point. But with Bandit Lockdown in play, neither player can gain health points, so you just get 5 free cards. It is a very strong card and a very, very nice card for Mystfire right now. The issue is, do they have anything of real substance that they can play from their main deck? Of course, in their asset pile they probably have some stuff, but in their main deck, do they really have anything left? Because at the moment it doesn't look that way. Dire Cub. Cub looking very strong. It's just to keep a good body of a good field. But again, Mystfire running out of time. Lockdown is gone, which means health gain can still occur for Silver. Just checking the regenerator now if that should still be gone. Just type that in now. Yep, just confirming that there. going as the first effect of regeneration. Okay, so now we're at the spot where Silver's got the floor, Mystfire's lacking the main deck supports, and yeah, we'll have to see. I don't know how Mystfire wins this match, I'm going to be honest. I know they've got stuff in the asset, but to deal with the Beowulf, you're going to need that specialty removal that's concrete. And I just don't think Mystfire has it. Especially considering the fact that Silver hasn't even used any regens yet. I think specialty removal is kind of off the table at the moment. Bandits aren't really one to do specialty removal anyway. So at this stage I imagine it's Mystfire just trying to break through the line. But in this scenario, they do have some good counters to Termination, but it's really not concrete. They're going to gain the health from Coconut Hut, beginning up their strategy once again. Regen for Mystfire. They're going to be looking to get enough health to deal with that Coconut Hut. The only issue with Coconut Hut, I guess the issue is, does Silver have any more health gain other than Coconut? I mean, they have regens, don't they? They have regenerations, which will give them enough health to get at least one more Termination off, which could be game changing. Yeah, I'm just not sure how Mystfire actually wins this match right now. It's a very tough position to be in. Okay, just calculating now where everything's going to be at. Silver right now, if they're going to win, they're going to have to just stick to Beowulf, make sure it doesn't get special moved, and I believe they'll have more than enough to beat over Mystfire's strategy. For Mystfire to win, they're going to need a way to shut up the Beowulf. If they can do that, they will basically deal with most of Silver's strategy. I just don't think Bandits have enough special removal to get it done. They do have Dragon Cupid, which is great, but it's not the best. Going into Cub. Swinging Beowulf into Alexander. Going for lethal. Oh, this is not final turn. Whew! Holy smokes. Sorry. Oh, that scared me for a second there. Okay, no, we're not lethal yet. Wow, okay. Alright, no. We're still in main time. But once we hit sudden death, that would have been normally lethal. I was also in the space of thinking of lockdown. But lockdown is no longer here either, so holy smokes. That was, it's giving me a heart attack there. Alright. Mystfire, dropping to 2 health. That will be difficult for them when they're trying to get rid of that Coconut Hut later. Yeah, I don't know how Mystfire is gonna... Oh, and there's Extreme Max 10. Further difficulty for Mystfire. Neither player can exceed 10 health. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. Mystfire, of course, in their last few matches have had very strong outings against the likes of Mini Smoke, Crimson's, Weisstein, etc. But, yeah, this is getting difficult. I'm not sure how Mystfire is going to get out of this. Card displacement again. Card displacement will be able to send another card from Silver's hand into the bottom of the deck, which could get rid of the Eruptions, but I just don't think Mystfire has the way to end it. I think Mystfire has strength, and they have cards that can be aggressive. But to deal with a Beowulf at this stage without special removal, I just don't see them breaking through this turn. But hey, this is a 5-time former pro champion, so maybe they've got something left here. They've just spun something back. Looks to be double, Marine Guard perhaps? Something along those lines. Just double Savage Dual Shield maybe? Mystfire, weighing up their options. Beowulf standing strong at like 8,700. Holy smokes. That's just insane. Arathor hits the board. Arathor can revive. Not much they can really revive though. I don't know what Mystfire is going to go into here. Mystfire having to think quite deeply about this. The wrong card play off of Arathor could lead to them losing. Again, a very tough spot. Arathor will be at quite a high power. So let's see. Arathor unable to revive Direwolf. Playing from deck. $5,500. Huge stat there. Mystfire, growing more and more frustrated. Doubling Beowulf, holy smokes. Why was this needed? I don't know, but apparently we're doing this now. 17,400. Holy smokes. Is that permanent 1,700 bonus? Oh my gosh, it is. That is a huge Beowulf. This is gonna get very rough. Wow, okay, this is getting so nasty. Going in now. Okay, doubled into the end of the game. Beowulf looking incredibly powerful now. Mystfire surely realizing there's no way they can beat over that Beowulf now. This is going to be very scary for Mystfire. Do they have any sort of way to win this? Does Mystfire have any way to out a Beowulf at 17,000? Holy smokes. Not to mention the regen supplied by Silver. Silver is fighting very hard to stay in Pro A. After their last 2 losses, they are desperately looking to keep it alive. As the only female player in Pro A, she is fighting hard to stay around. Mystfire, reaching now. I think we might be in sudden death, but it's 17,000. This gets incredibly scary. This is going to get pretty brutal. Beowulf. A lot of attacks now. The ruthlessness knows no bounds. Does Mystfire have any way to deal with this thing? Going for Ossakip. Okay. They can definitely deal with Beowulf this way, but we've got Conquistador. Does he not know that Conquistador can stop it from perishing? Maybe he's hoping that Silver forgets. We'll have to see. Dealing with Angel, it'll be good. They've got Divine Castles too. Mystfire just really running out of options here. It's a great deck to deal with the health gain of Silver, but there's no. It doesn't look to be any sort of hard counters right now. Maybe there's something we're missing. Mystfire is gaining and running out of some options here. Whew. This is looking rough. Bandits looking to reach their limit here. Is this the final part? The highest we can get bandits in the meta. Entering conflict, so we're not going to use Ossakip. Holy smokes. Where are we going with this match? Arathor's engaging Paravian. It is bigger. This will be good to deal with the power that Beowulf has. But, something to keep in mind. Mystfire is got a very difficult scenario here. Taking down the Paravian. Leaving a Beowulf. Those constant tacticals are definitely shutting Mystfire down. We're in sudden death. Here we go. Any wounding is lethal. Okay. 15,000 with 4 attacks. Beowulf is going to be a very scary angel very soon. I'm trying to see where... Oh, I just realized, if Mystfire can specially move Beowulf, if they can specially move it, I'm trying to think now how this would work. So if they specially move Beowulf, Beowulf would drop to 3,300. It can't be regened back up. They could technically beat over it with an Enraged Bandit Chief at 10,000. Unless Mystfire is not running War Gear? That would be weird. Let's see, here we go. So what does Conquistador say? It says, once recovered this card, when the selected monster would perish. So technically, they can use that later on. Going for Lady Luck now. Playing it now. Beowulf hits the field. Beowulf coming in at 15,000. 4 attacks. More than enough to deal with Mystfire right now. Running out of time. Nine minutes left. Even a draw is no guarantee they will remain okay. Taking out Kiara. Engaging Arathor. Does Mystfire have the war gear? No, it's gone. Is this it? Is this GG? Bandit Guard Alexander comes to save the day, outlasting Beowulf. Whew, tough for Mystfire here. Just not seeing me out though. 9 minutes remaining. Eight minutes left. Kai is on the board. Again, potentially Mystfire is looking to just outlast Bale, but with that Alfred just going back and forth, there's going to be unlimited supplies. Regen to gain another 2 health points, but it's not enough to deal with Coconut Hut. And refill. Passing the turn. Alfred Goes the Perish Pile is revived yet again. The old song and dance, the classic play from Silver. Not shutting that down is going to be very hard for Mystfire here right now. I do wonder if potentially if you focus more on the Bale than the Termination, if that would be better. But it's definitely no real guarantees, to be honest. Here we go. Rolling for turn. Roll of 1 could be it. This could be very big right now. Going for Alfred. Silver running out of time to make this a win. Can Mystfire hold on for the draw? Roll of 1. Very bad roll for Mystfire. What can he do to survive this onslaught? The gigantic monster. Sacking 6 to remove the board of Mystfire. Mystfire is wide open. We are in sudden death. Any wound is lethal. Beowulf hits the field. How big is this sucker gonna be? Oh gosh, it's gotta be at least 16,000. 16,000. 5 attacks. Beowulf going ham. Second Divine Castle playing up Gladiator Angel Beowulf, setting up the bases. Mystfire in a heck of a lot of trouble right now. Beowulf is going in to engage, going in for lethal. Is there anything Mystfire can stop? It is over. Mystfire loses the match. Silver wins. Congratulations, Silver. Well played. That is GG. Good game. Thank you for watching. This has been Tom. Bit of a long one, but Well played, everybody. Have a great day.